We're recording in yet another attempt at attention seeking. John Leo has taken over Mayor Angie's off. Why? So he's basically
for this
into the municipal building.
series. We're doing 60 minutes. Let's go. We're gonna uncover everything going on in Berkeley Heights right now.
All right. So he's in the mayor's office. Like, this feels very gimmicky. You know, we're not about gimmicks here, John.
I thought we were. I mean, we already talked about which neighbors we would eat. That was the first episode. I mean, we went right into it.
Great. Wait. Which
yes.
neighbors you would eat?
During an apocalypse, not in normal everyday Tuesday. Okay.
But as the mayor, I have to say I'm just totally opposed to you guys eating. Like,
well, first of all, we know there's a plan on that in your office that you're not telling anyone about.
Angie, is that a formal statement? Is that a formal statement? You're against eating your neighbors?
I am. I'm
okay.
going to officially put it
right
out there.
First controversial position taken today.
Angie, it was dogs versus humans, and I think we were unanimous that we would eat humans over dogs.
Ooh,
How do you feel about that? Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so guys, you know our goal is to have people want to come on and not like.
So far, I don't even want to be here.
We don't want you here either, John. But here we are.
Are you drinking out of my? Are you drinking out of my stuff there?
No, it's mine. That's mine.
Rona.
All right.
Rona. All right. Well, actually, you can't get Rona that way. All right. So, Mayor, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
A decision you're going to regret. You've already probably started regretting.
I have, because I'm like, something's going on with my hair and I don't like it already.
It looks good.
I think your hair's okay. You have an office of the mayor sign in your house. Can I get one of those?
Hey, Liza.
Hi, Liza.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Liza, what's up?
Hi.
There's a town administrator here.
Yes, I am. Hi, I just wanted to say good luck. Yes, I allowed John access to Angie's office for this special occasion.
Why?
This drawer over here is locked. Do you have the key?
No.
No key. Okay.
There's nothing locked in there.
Liza, wait up. Liza, hold on.
Yeah.
Dogs are humans, Liza.
Dogs are humans. Apocalypse happens tomorrow. Who do you eat? But she has a dog. She's biased.
Who do I eat?
The people or dogs?
The dog.
Ooh.
Obviously.
What?
The dog.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm sure people in the world eat dogs now.
She's thought about this.
Wow.
Just human is gross.
There you go. From the municipal building. No BS here.
Woo, straight shooter. All right, Liza. Okay, let's get started. So how this is going to work, Angie, is obviously there's no gotcha or whatever. We're going to do we're just going to ask straightforward questions. Todd isn't here to kind of throw in a Wawa question, so you don't have to worry about that coming up.
I'm so disappointed about the donuts, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Did you try one yet?
I don't really like donuts. Okay, so that's a funny story. So
here we go.
We had some students in from GL, and one of them kept asking Chief Massimino if he liked donuts, and Chief Massimino kept saying, yes, I like donuts. No matter how many times you ask me, I'm going to say, yes, I like donuts. You know, as a cop, I like donuts. As a person, I like donuts. And I don't like sweets as much as I like Fritos and bean dip and like that kind of stuff.
That could affect your vote. I'm just saying. I
mean, you know, it's too late. They already elected
I wish you would have told me about this like before.
I know. I kept it a secret. That's what's in the locker where Leo is. It's the fact that I hate
plan against donuts.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna get started. I am going to. Is it okay if does anybody want to start first before me? Because I always feel like
No, go for it.
So John, I want to be clear the order. Okay, one question per person, John Leo. Okay, and then it's gonna be me, Laura, Shauna, and you're last because you need to learn a lesson. And
so we're doing Robert's Rules of Order. Robert's Rules of Order.
I don't know about
can't interrupt. One person talks at a time.
Right, and I swear to God, if you use the stupid emojis, you miss your turn. You skip a turn if you use the emoji.
Damn it!
I swear, John, I'm telling you.
No emojis. Okay. Fine. You're not including the people who like emojis. I'm just saying it's not.
I like emojis. I'm an emoji texter. I do. I use a lot of emojis when I text. Right. I know it's like poor taste, but I do.
That's your question, John. Okay, Cap, you're up.
No, it's not my question. Okay, you ready, Mayor?
Yes.
All right. So, I know that you meet with mayors from other towns. I think you guys have like a regular meeting, right, from other municipalities. What are some things that you feel like residents should be aware of that are happening on the state level, that you could think of that might affect us or Berkeley Heights residents sort of down the line in the next, 4 or 5 years?
So there's a number of, I guess, legislation or bills that are expected to be contemplated in 2023 by the legislature. So one of them is the energy receipt tax. And what that is the utilities pay a receipt tax to municipalities. And what has happened is that the state has taken all of those revenues and the municipalities have not been able to realize that revenue. So there's been an ongoing fight, Conference of Mayors, League of Municipalities, legislators trying to encourage the governor not to use the energy receipts for the state budget, but in fact, turn them back to the municipalities. So that legislation, I think, is on the desk of or on the radar of the Senate president or the speaker. I'm not entirely sure. The other thing that's being contemplated this year is, how are we moving forward with affordable housing? The next round is 2025. And what will that look like? So in the past, you've had COA, which was sort of a statewide organization, and then they reverted to a judge making those decisions. And now they have to figure out what the future of affordable housing is going to look like, because there's been so much dialogue on the behalf of municipalities with all the redevelopment that happens as a result of not meeting your affordable housing obligation, which is how we got, I think, most of, except for Connell. Actually, they were involved in a builder suit as well, so that's not true. All the redevelopment projects that we have that are being constructed currently. And as much as that frustrates people, all the new people coming in or the services or that kind of thing, but because we have moved forward to do that, we actually have pretty much met our obligation. So we will not be as exposed, if you will, for the next round. So we're in pretty good shape. And then the other thing that's probably of interest to people is they call it the modernization of OPRA and the Open Public Meetings Act. And I don't know what that detail is going to be or what that's going to look like, but there is a burden in many police departments and municipalities where OPRA is what they call being weaponized. For example, like in a lot of police departments, they will get daily requests for police records, and it's really just a fishing expedition for these attorneys to find clients, injury types of things, accident types of things. And it's a burden on the police department because they have to, on a daily basis, go through all of those reports, redact all the information, and you're taking law enforcement officers, maybe, who could do traffic or other things, to comply with OPRA. So those are some of the things that are out there. Don't have any details because I don't think that there's a great solution, because I know, speaking personally to the Senate president, they want to continue to be transparent. So how do you ease the burden on municipalities and police departments while still being transparent? So it's a tough issue to tackle.
Great, thanks, Laura.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the reform, but you covered that. So I will do sort of a general, now that you're in your second term as mayor, what would be your top 3 priorities, or what's your vision for the town over the next 4 years?
So I guess because we really had to deal with the redevelopment and the construction of the municipal complex, I think we have to find the balance to that. And that's probably developing green spaces and making the town more walkable, making the town more bike friendly, because you are going to have this influx of traffic into the downtown area. We, have benefited from some really significantly large grants to do some of that. So I think, and it is going to take time. We obviously have the Berkeley Caterers project. The county's moving forward. My vision for that was really more of a passive park, a walking trail along the Passaic, but also an internal trail for seniors that would be a flat surface, so they could sort of loop around and not really have to worry about maybe a bike or a stroller or something else, and not, a natural trail kind of thing. We're still moving ahead on Peppertown. It's a little bit more challenging because the funding is a little short there. So we'll continue to do that. Work with Connell on their trail system and their dog park and that kind of thing. And then any other opportunities that come up for us to develop green space, I think it's important for us to seize those opportunities and try to do more. And I know John is working. Am I allowed to invoke his name? John Leo is working on a trail master plan. So we're excited about that as well.
Well, you've just reduced public confidence in that. All right. Shauna?
I was going to kind of ask about the old banquet center space and what you had planned, but you kind of covered that. I'm going to punt back to you, John, to ask about your municipal building, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. So what's the pathway through that? What's the pathway? So, I don't know fully what's going on with the municipal building. I know there's a leaking roof and whatever. So what are the issues and what's the pathway through that?
So we're already undertaking the pathway. So part of what we did is we brought on the Cannon Group. They've been terrific, working with our redevelopment attorney and the construction manager to try to find a temporary solution for the leaks on the roof. I think that that's pretty much been sort of gone through because they wanted to button it up before winter. And now they're working on a strategy for a permanent solution. You know, they're doing things like, you know, taking things apart, really deconstructing parts of the roof, pouring water in that, you know, area and seeing where the leaks come out. So they literally have done that. I mean, look, I know from my perspective, I would go running on a Sunday and I would see them working on the roof. They weren't supposed to be doing anything, any kind of construction on a Sunday, let alone being on the roof with no supervision from our construction manager. So, you know, those challenges have come forward. Some of the damage that has occurred as a result of those leaks, we are trying to cobble together all of them at once. And then our JIF, which is our liability insurance, they're allowing us to move forward and make those repairs. So hopefully, you know, in the first quarter, we'll get the interior all taken care of. And then in the spring, when it gets warmer out, although it's been really super warm, we'll start to undertake the permanent solutions. Then from there, it's, you know, look, it's going to be a fight. It's potential litigation, it's settlement. I don't know what that's going to look like, you know, and so that's going to be, it's going to be a lot. So, but we do have, I think, over $900,000 in retainage of Epic's money, essentially, that, you know, we're holding on to as some leverage. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Leah?
So,
I'm afraid of you.
We all are.
yeah,
We all are.
really,
I know what you're
thank
going to
you.
ask me.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak, Madam Mayor. So the one thing I'm learning, we're trying to conserve lands. We want to keep the trees in. We're building trails. You don't. But the problem is, and from my foundation, is development's important. Business is important. You can't just say you can't. And obviously, you can't just say you can't stop development here. You can't build here. So it's a balance. What can we do? Because holding on land is important because we need the trees. We know the importance of trees. We're learning about that. We want more passive recreation activity. So you need space for this kind of stuff. But every time a lot goes up for sale, and we learn this around town, there's nothing to compete with developers. That they just that's the capitalistic, and that's fine because it's land ownership rights always first. But what can we do to encourage growth? Keep businesses who want to come here, let developers do what they want to build, but also at the same time try to conserve as much land as we can so we don't keep on filling in every empty lot that we get.
I think you take the opportunities that we've taken. You know, when Berkeley Caterers came up for sale, I mean, typically the county doesn't do an acquisition of less than 5 acres, and that's certainly a lot less than 5 acres, but because it was contiguous to their own existing parkland, it made it more attractive to them. And there's a trail system that could actually start in Berkeley Heights and end all the way in Summit, so you could potentially walk the whole Passaic. So you have to find those opportunities to partner, whether it's with, you know, the state, Green Acres, taking, you know, advantage of Green Acres funds, which is allows you to acquire and sometimes develop to some degree, you know, parkland when we see those opportunities. You know, and the other thing is we have an award-winning master plan, right? So that means nothing if it's a pile of paper on somebody's shelf. We have to implement ordinances, working with the planning board to do some of the things that our planner Keenan has outlined for the next 10 years. And then, you know, again, just some of the things that we've been doing, and I give Liza a tremendous amount of credit. These big grants that she's been bringing home in terms of state and federal dollars for things like, you know, the Sherman Avenue vision and, you know, and the tree canopy. And you guys, the Environmental Commission did a great job with that. It's sort of trying to think outside of the box because there isn't a lot of, you know, developable or savable land in Berkeley Heights. So we have to look at every out of the box kind of thinking to make that happen.
I like it. Thanks.
Guys, any follow-up questions? All right, we're going to go into something new feature today, speed round.
Oh God.
What,
Oh, God.
yeah,
We
there we
need a
go.
sip of coffee.
Woo! This is going to be good, man. I'm going to throw questions at you.
Okay.
You get 1-sentence responses.
Oh God. Okay.
You could take the Fifth Amendment if you want.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Only once though.
Only once.
Only
All right.
once? Oh, good God.
Sorry,
You
we're
only
not
get-
going to be easy on you.
Okay. All right. Let's
All
go.
All right, let's go. Favorite Norwegian poet?
God.
John Leo. I don't know.
Okay.
Thank
yeah,
you. I agree.
Is the municipal building really just a shell project to hide a spaceship local government leaders will use to leave Earth during the apocalypse?
How did you know that?
I know. In the event of a Canadian invasion, are you prepared to lead our forces into battle?
I have a moose in my garage.
Is John Leo only on the planning board so that he has more busy work to do and less time to bother you with his thoughts about the master plan?
I thought we weren't going to talk about that in front of him.
How many emails have you received from Todd about the Wawa?
0.
Why am I still
We'll get to
allowed
work
to
on
live
that.
in Berkeley Heights?
Wait, repeat.
Why am I still allowed to live in Berkeley Heights?
I kind of dig you.
Do you know that Laura name drops you in almost every conversation and attempts to impress us?
I am aware.
Why can't we have a bakery that sells decent bread?
It's coming. It's on the corner of Plainfield and Springfield.
Why did you marry someone who likes the Mets?
You can plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. Plead the fifth.
My dad is disappointed.
Are you also bothered by the fact that Liza appears to be more into Wonder Woman instead of Princess Leia?
Good question.
Good question. Good question.
How many fistfights have there been among local government leaders in the municipal building, and is there tape on that?
I don't believe there's video of that.
Lies! All right, Mayor, I know you're super busy. We really appreciate you showing up, so thank you.
Thank you for making me laugh.
All right.
Thank you.
That's all we can get out of this.
Thank
'Cause
Kevin.
nobody's gonna
Time to
be
go.
educated from this.
The reason I'm in Summit today is because the chief of police wouldn't allow the interview to happen with me in the same town. I had to be a ton away. Later, guys. Have a good day.
Angie,
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Angie, I've got a
Bye.
resolution for free donuts in town, just so you know. It's across
no.
it's across the mayor's desk now.
Sign it.
Are you signing executive orders on my behalf?
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, that's
Bye,
rough.
guys.
I'm gonna have to talk to Liza.
Bye.
Bye.